Yesterday, one of your virtual menu items was to write your mentor sentence into your writing journal. So this is my writing journal on page 12. We did skip a couple pages to leave room so that you guys can finish writing your letters. So please make sure that you wrote this on page 12. Okay, we have written a compound sentence. I put sunscreen on could have been a complete simple sentence. Instead of putting a period here, we've added a comma and a conjunction, and then we have another complete simple sentence. We swam in the beautiful creek. So we have two simple sentences combined with a conjunction, which means that we have a compound sentence. I put sunscreen on and we swam in the beautiful creek. Today is when we are going to begin brainstorming other words that have these same parts of speech so that we can prepare to write our own mentor sentence that's modeled after this one. So by Friday, you guys should all have your own compound sentence. So the first thing that we need to do is rewrite the sentence, and we're going to make sure to leave plenty of room in between our words so that we can brainstorm words above and below. I am color coding mine to help you guys see visually the difference between a subject and a predicate, and then also our conjunction. So my subjects are pink, predicates are green, and my conjunction and comma are blue. Earlier today we did talk about how to write on notebook paper. One extra thing I want to show you guys is we're always going to try to stop when we get to this red line that's kind of faint on my page. This red line shows us it's time to move down to the next line. So we're going to keep our writing within these rows, and then also we're going to write from this red line on the left to the red line on the right, and then we know we need to move back down. Okay, so right now we're going to start brainstorming words in your journals that have the same parts of speech as these other words in our sentence. I can start with one for all of us to use, and then we as a class will come up with some others. So I was a pronoun, so I need to think of another pronoun. So we could say we. Put was a verb, so I could trade it out for another verb. Cooked. Sunscreen is a noun, any person, place, or thing. So I'm going to put another thing here. I chose the word steak. That's another person, place, or thing. You guys haven't quite learned this part of speech, so I'm showing you another example of a word that has the same part of speech as on. But for this week, if you want to keep on the same, that is fine, because we haven't learned about that kind of part of speech yet. And we're going to do the same thing with in and the. So I can show you some examples of words that could replace that, but you don't have to change it if you're not ready. And is a conjunction. I'm going to give you guys the conjunctions that we can use. But, or, so, and. So whatever you decide to replace and with, it's going to be one of these four words. But, or, so, and. So I'm going to say, we cooked steak again, but okay, we is another pronoun, so I need to replace it with we. So maybe I could replace this with I. Swam was a verb. Now I'm talking about steak, so maybe I just need to come up with another action word that kind of goes along with steak. Ate. Let's leave in and the same because we'll learn those words later on in our school year. Okay, and then I'm going to add an adjective and one more noun. So for my adjective, I could replace it with back, replace creek, which is a noun, with yard. All right, the words that I have brainstormed actually do flow in one sentence. It will also work for us to just brainstorm other words with the same part of speech, and we can put them all together into a sentence by choosing our favorites later on.